Well, let's have a look at today's papers now. The fallout and damage caused by Storm Eunice dominates today's front pages, as you can imagine. Day of destruction, says The Times, which estimates that more than 200,000 homes were without power in England and Wales last night. The paper also says the London Fire Brigade declared a major incident after getting 550 calls in the space of 2.5 hours.
Carnage is the Daily Mirror's headline as the paper opts for a photo of high waves in Blackpool. It also features a picture of London's O2 Arena, as we've been seeing this morning, that is now missing a section of its roof.
The Telegraph's lead story also focuses on the chaos caused by the storm, as the paper reports that some power cuts could last 48 hours and maybe even longer in rural areas.
A lot of the papers have news from the Big Jet TV, and if you didn't know that name before yesterday, well, you can barely move from mentions of it in the newspapers today. And the man behind it, Jerry Dyer, who, if you were looking at any pictures, and we showed you some of them a little earlier, airliners landing at Heathrow Airport yesterday, Big Jet TV managing to pull in thousands of viewers on its live stream on YouTube of watching pilots navigate landings in the windy weather. And what I came away from watching a lot of that yesterday, A, I need to get out more, but also B, quite how skilled those pilots are. And they were all very nonchalant about it, saying, look, this is what we do, we train for this every day. But absolutely incredible watching them.
I wonder if the passengers were as nonchalant about it. I mean, I imagine they felt slightly
Good job they were not watching that whilst on the plane.
Absolutely.
And further north, winds were less of a feature, but snow came down, turning parts of Scotland into a winter wonderland.
78-mile-an-hour gust, top of the tree there in Gatwick. That's very unusual. There's never been a red warning until yesterday for southeastern parts of England. And those strong winds brought down a lot of trees as well. And the clear-up operation is going to be hampered somewhat by what's to come through the rest of this weekend. Now, it's not as bad as yesterday, but there is more wet and windy weather around. And you can see all the warnings there online.
Darren, good morning. What a glorious sunrise.
Oh, beautiful there.
Good morning. Yes, most people are waking up to the calm after the storm, really. It is quite chilly out there. The winds have dropped. Temperatures have fallen away as well. But we still have a lot of damage, disruption into today. A lot of trees brought down yesterday because of all those really strong winds. And we saw some big waves yesterday here in Cornwall, where the winds were gusting 80 miles an hour. We could see gusts of 50 or 60 miles an hour in Cornwall today, mind you. Warnings actually for tomorrow and into Monday, but today's warnings cover the areas that saw the strongest winds really yesterday. Nowhere near as windy today, but these winds of 40 or 50 miles an hour are not really going to help things at all. Now, Storm Eunice is well away from the UK. It's now out into the Baltic Sea. We've got the next weather system coming in from the Atlantic, and that's coming into quite cold air. We had a frost in places and some icy patches. There's got a covering of snow in Matlock in Derbyshire here, and there's going to be some more snow actually today in the Peak District. We're seeing some rain, sleet and snow affecting Northern Ireland this morning, and that'll push its way into North Wales and get stuck across Northern England into the afternoon. Wetter weather will sweep its way eastwards further south across England and Wales, driven on by those strengthening winds.